What's up, everybody? So today we're going to be getting into Da-Garn X from GoodsmileJP. This actually came out last year, but I had a viewer request who wanted to hear what my thoughts were on this figure, and I had him, so I just dust them off and put them out here. So we will get into that. So of course I'll take you through the box, the articulation, and all that good stuff. So let's go. Okay, so first things first, we're going to take a look at the box here. So of course this is the front. So this is just a thing of the figure. You've got Earthliner, you've got Da-Garn, and you have Earthfighter. So that's pretty much what you get in this box. It's pretty bare bones. You got some decent box art artwork on that side, but it's pretty much all of the figure. So, and then this is the back. Okay, and then this is the top, and that is the bottom. So pretty bare bones, no awesome artwork. I'm kind of been used to the Kotobukiya ones, but yeah, so that's what we've got for that. So let's take a look at the manual. Okay, so let's take a look at this manual here. Now, I actually haven't messed with this thing in quite some time, but let's take a look. And then apparently there was a problem with the instructions as far as the transformation, and that was in the original manual print. So they threw this in as just a correction for that. So, all right, so let's take a look here. So you got the front and the back. Not much as far as any kind of craziness, but it goes through your actual pieces that you'll get. So of course we talked about some of those, and in this for this figure, it had like some anime accurate legs, and then it had some more of the traditional legs. So I always usually wear this, or I always put that one on there, so that you got the hands. All right, so, and then it actually comes with a stand as well. So let's take a look here. And of course this is not in English, but it's pretty self-explanatory, so it's pretty easy to follow. So, all right. And if I remember correctly, last year, I was kind of debating on whether or not I was actually going to buy this one, or if I was going to buy just the Kotobukiya Da-Garn X, because I personally thought at that time that the Kotobukiya one actually looked better. So, and I was kind of, I had never really heard of GoodsmileJP before this, even though I know they do like a lot of like figurines and stuff like that, but they never really had gotten into the mecha genre. And so I was kind of taking a chance on it. I thought that the price point was good, because if I remember correctly, it was less than $200 back then. But I was a little skeptical. So, but I decided to buy it anyway. So there's the instruction manual, and then we'll get into the accessories. Okay, so first things first, we're actually going to take a look at all the things that it comes in the box. So what we've got here is we've got the Earthliner. So this is his feet, mini trains, things like that. So, and then this is, if you actually watched my replacement video, these are actually the old legs that came with this figure originally. I actually had a replacement for it, and I keep those in the box, and I use these as my extra ones because I actually use the anime accurate legs anyways. So, but yeah, so you've got those. He comes with a mini Da-Garn, and that looks like a Lamborghini, but yeah, it was a police car in the show. So you got that, and then he comes with the Da-Garn blade, and this is actually some pretty good detail work from GoodsmileJP, so shout out to them. I wish it was kind of chrome, because like this blade is actually just kind of plastic. It's kind of flexible. But as far as the actual detail, as far as the color correction stuff on there, they actually did a really good job with that. So, because I would have probably maybe had like a jewel in here or something, or made it a little bit lighter blue, and then maybe made this metal. So that would have been pretty cool. But you know, outside of that, it's still pretty good work. So you've got that. Then you've got the articulated hands. They're not actually articulated, they're just fixed pose. So this is actually for the Da-Garn blade, right? So the ones that have the thumbs, you kind of can take this and then put this in here. And it actually, they do move a little bit, but they're very, they can be very difficult to get that to focus real quick. But they can be kind of difficult to put in there sometimes. So, but they do go in there. So let me see if I can do it here real quick. So do this and boom, like that. So that's actually how they work. So you would actually have it like that. So, all right, so we can get those out. So they are flexible, but they're not as flexible as say like the Bandai ones or anything. They're just kind of hard plastic. So you got that. You got the movable hands here. And with these, I don't know what I would call these. Like the fingers do move, but you know, they don't actually stick all the way out like that. They're just kind of cuffed or curved like that. And then you've got a movable thumb here as well. So you got those there. So you got those, and then you've got the expressive hands here. So let's get to the focus here. There we go. So you got the expressive hands there. So that's what you've got for hands. And then you actually have the Earth Fighter. So with the Earth Fighter, this is pretty much just transport mode. It's just a nice looking jet. So you've got that. And then pretty much this is just his upper torso. Actually, if I flipped him over, you would see all of that work. You can kind of see where like this part goes up here, and these are his arms and stuff like that too. So that's what you got in the box. So what we're actually gonna do is I'm actually gonna transform Da-Garn real quick, the mini Lamborghini, and we'll get into that. Okay, so first we're gonna take a look at the Da-Garn. So like I said earlier, it's a mini Lamborghini. So pretty cool. And so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna transform him real quick. They've got some decent detail in here. So decent paint work from GoodsmileJP. So we've got that. So what we're gonna do in order to transform him, okay, is what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, split this out, okay, just a little bit, and then take this, move that up, just like that. All right, and then you can actually take this part, push that out, there we go. And let's turn him around. And those are his little feet. And then we're gonna take this, move that, take this, move that. And then what we're gonna do is take these little blue pieces here and push that out, just like that. Do that with the other side. Sometimes you gotta have nails for these. I keep my nails pretty short, so. And then push that out there just a little bit. I can get that out. All right, there we go. So you got that. Let's make sure he's out like this. And then you can take this. This actually is supposed to rotate this way. So we just flare those out and then take that and actually go like that and then go back in. And there you go. And then take his arms, push those down a little bit, just like that. Boom, there you go. That is Da-Garn. So that's what you got there. And then he actually does come with his Magnum here. And actually, I still have it in the box. Let me get it out real quick. All right, let me push this down. And then actually to get him to stand, he has a little bit of support, because if you put him on just like this, but you've got this part here, and it's just a little mechanism there. And what you do is you take this and you flare that out like that, so it looks like this, right? And so what that's going to do is it's going to give his feet a little bit of support, so it doesn't fall all over the place. So do that with this one, and boom, there we go, just like that. Okay. All right, and then let me get his back straight here. He does move a lot, so. All right, so we've got that. Actually put those in there, and then there we go. So, all right. So, let me see if I can fix this camera real quick. Smooth that down just a tad. Okay, so there's the mini Da-Garn. And then what he's also got, let's see if I can get to the focus. That's his Magnum there. So there's no detail, but this is extremely tiny. So I didn't expect any, but I guess if you're a really good painter, you could go in there and try to detail that yourself, but good luck. So you go there, and then he can put that in his fist here, just like that. All right, and boom, there he goes. So not too bad, huh? For a minifigure. So that's pretty cool. So that's what you've got for Da-Garn. Next up, we have the Earthliner. So pretty much this is Da-Garn's torso. So you do have these wings. These can kind of move up and down. That's actually for its transformation. And then he's got his two guns here. And then actually what you can do, if I can get that right there, he actually has these two guns that go right here. There's actually a clamp right there. Can you see that? Yeah, right there. So you just take this, push this in like that. All right, and then you can take that, push that out. And we'll do the same to the other side. All right, and we'll take that and push that in here. Make sure you can see that there. And then try to make sure that that lines up there. It just doesn't want to play. Okay, there we go. All right, boom. So that is the Earthliner there. So he actually does have wheels. So let me turn this around. So this part will actually come in and out. So if you want to have him, he's got a stand, and you can put a stand on there. But if you want that to come out, he's got that. All right, and then he's got two back wheels here. One right there, the other one right there. It's kind of hard to see because it's all black, but those do kind of roll. Not really my thing, but also because he's kind of got like this hook here, and right there, that really, it's not really gonna let it roll, but it can slide. Now this is also like a kind of like a plastic tile thing here, and so it doesn't really do a lot of that, but I think on the normal floor and stuff it should be okay. So, and then also what you can do is you can actually open this up, and he can use this as a carrier case for Da-Garn. So what you can do is take this, and what it is he's got two clamps right here on the side here. So right there, he's got another one right there. And what that does is that actually goes into the inside. There's a slot right there on the door, and those actually go in here like this. And then once you put them in there, and you can have him like that. So that's kind of like his little holder. Actually, when he is the Da-Garn Jet, that's when you add the legs onto it. But this actually is pretty good. Doesn't really move all that much. It will stay in there, but it does, there's not really, it's just kind of like friction that's kind of holding that in. So that's all you've got. And then actually we can take this out, and if you want to transform Da-Garn. We'll bring him back into the shot. Now, what you can do, there's actually 2 slots here. There's one there, and then there's one there. Let's move my hand out of the way. And what this does, he's actually got 2 little blue pieces here, here and here. And what those do, you can actually put those in here, just like this. See if I can do this. All right, that's one leg, and then let's get the other. And he can stand. So you can kind of have him on the top, kind of like X-Kaiser. X-Kaiser did that with the Dragon Kaiser. So you've got him kind of like that. Let me move that down there. See if I can get that to look halfway decent. But yeah, so he can be on top of there just like that, or he can do it in the car. So that's pretty much it for the Earth Fighter. And actually, I would actually have these up, because that's actually how it's supposed to be. So, you know, it's a nice little plane. You can also, it also has a stand. So if you just want to display it just like this, you can do that. I'm not going to get into that here. You know, a stand is pretty basic, so that doesn't really change much. But yeah, so that's what we've got for the Earth Fighter. Now let's go into the Earthliner. Okay, next up, we've got the Earthliner. So pretty much this is his legs, and they're made out of trains. So you got trains on this side, and then if you look at the top there, this is actually his front skirts there. So in essence, he's just kind of doing the splits like that. So you've got that. So pretty much these do kind of roll. I mean, you do have like some plastic here. That doesn't actually look like it rolls much though. Oh, there they are right here. So you got 2 wheels here on both sides, here and here. And so it can roll back and forth if you like to do that kind of stuff. So what we're gonna do, that's pretty much it for this. There's not actually much for the Earthliner. It's a train, you know. In Japan, they're big on trains. So, but what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to get him ready for the Da-Garn jet. But first, actually, what I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you his other legs. And his other legs, I call them the anime accurate legs. I think that they just look a lot better. So I think they just look a lot better. So, but that's what you've got here. And these are actually the ones that I usually use. However, if you do want to kind of use him in the train mode, even though it's really just this front part, because you've got this part in here and you can't really push that in. So this is mainly just for feet, but if you wanted to use him as a train, you can do that. So what you would do first, let me move these to the side here, is we're gonna pull this out. You can use a little bit of force, but not too much. So, all right. And then what you've got is you've got a button here. What that does is that it has like a two side parts here. And what you're gonna do is you just push that in, and that'll kind of unlock this, but it does take some finagling to get out of there, like that. So, and all that does is it's on the side, and it just kind of comes down like that. So but that's what you've got for that. So pretty much what you would do if you want to put this on, just take that, push that in, and that's pretty much it. And it just goes right like that. Sometimes you do have to push the button, sometimes you don't. So if I want to take this one out, well, that one came out just like that. And even though I'm being kind of rough with it, you probably want to be a little bit less rough than I'm being with it right now, just simply for that fact that you don't want to break that piece in there on those legs. So, but yeah, so that's what he looks like with those on there. So that's pretty much what you've got for Earthliner. Now we're actually going to get him prepared for the Da-Garn jet. And honestly, all you do is add this onto the plane part. So what you're going to do first, and actually it'll be easy to do it with this part off, is what you're going to do is take this part here. This is actually the back. You're going to take this part, and then you're just going to push this up just like that. And we'll leave that there. And then with this one, this is actually the front of the train. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna take that, pull that out, and then you're gonna take this part here and you're gonna push this down. Now this can be a little tricky. There we go. Just like that. So push that down so it's like that. And then what that will do, this will actually release this part here. So let me get it to focus. There we go. So you can take that, flip that out, just like that. And then push that back in. And then those are the two parts there. So that's what you've got for Earthliner. Now we will put him into Da-Garn jet mode. All right, so this is the end of part 1. The reason why I cut it into 2 parts was because when I actually did the first edit of this video, it was almost 50 minutes long. So I decided to chop it into 2 parts. So I will see you guys in the next one for part 2. Peace.